And we're back again tonight. We had a little bit of an issue last night which corrupted our world, but through some patient fixing I managed to recover just about everything. One or two small things lost, but we can survive since we've managed to keep just about everything else. There was a brief moment where I'd done a few things which may not be in a video on YouTube at all. In particular, I managed to get some of the spruce wood. I believe spruce wood. We lost a copper lumber axe. That was a low durability axe, so it's not much of an issue. I also managed to finish off the platform here with the spruce that we had, and that's about as far as we got. Oh dear. Was that the only one we had? I'm guessing it was the only cranberry bush we had. I thought we had more. Maybe it was my offline save that I ended up having more. Seems like a lot of our plants are still here. Our little mine down here to the bismuth bismuth appears to still be intact. Yep. Seems to be fairly clear over here. Just on the north side of the base we had a little bit of a mine for some sphalerite, which also appears to be still here. So I'm not entirely sure what was lost in the salvation recovery process. I don't mind, that was a message from my side. We certainly need some more leather. Step for that would be to kill perhaps one of the, or several of the horses we have around. There were the two horses on the other side over there. I'd actually investigate and see what gender they were. We have this white spotted male horse and this white male horse. Bring the white horse inside and kill the other, I believe. see, where did I put the rope? We'll simply bring the horse inside the yard, and at some point we'll manage to make, well, we'll fill in this hole. And filling the hole should perhaps give us some space for a farming area. Or a farm or area for a barn. Bit of a shame to kill the horses, but they give a lot of leather. Or rather, a large leather hide. Well, the raw hide. We'll let him roam around here for now. It's quite a lot of horse meat. We'll put it aside for now. See, how was my organisation for this? Meat at the back? No. Here's the meat. Seems... no, it wasn't a horse. It's just venison. A deer. I think I remember killing more than one deer. These are nice big trees. Oh, look at that, the other horse weren't too far away. It's a male. I can be sure there's plenty of other horse around. Look at that, I didn't bring any lights at all. It's going to get dark real quick, so let's head back instead. Oh dear. Watch as I run into a hole. or conveniently come back to base. Well, while we're here, let's process this leather as well. We started off anyway. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to start familiarizing the horse as well. It would probably be a good idea to start getting ready to go and get some hematite. We'll find a female horse another time. A few spare sandwiches as well. And while we wait, we'll just gather some more clay. We could end up using quite a lot of clay at this rate. It seems this clay pit ends up spreading out and around quite a large area, even out on this side of the base of this smithy building. Because the rain stopped, we can take a moment to put this clay away and get a few more torches. A few more torches. Ah, we're a little short on the oak. We'll just use a spruce. And we'll need a fire starter. Just a small handful. Ah yes, that's right. I looked at them like not too long ago. At least last night. More than enough. We'll put the fire starter away, grab some of the oak that we have aside, the smithy just around the corner here. And this should be just about us ready to go and get some iron. Actually, before we go too far, we just better check and see if we have any marked nearby. Oh, yes, it's not too bad. We'll try that one. Typically, ore nodes near the surface are meant to be much smaller than those below. Now that's an unusual tree. 2 blocks, a space, and then nothing above but the leaves. You know what I didn't bring? Prospector's pick. Oh dear, silly me. Lucky we didn't have to travel too far. Did I not have a spare one? I did. Just a copper one, however. It should be enough, though. Almost midday already. Prickly lettuce. We're only about halfway there. Here's some horse, a grey female, and a spotted male. Should be able to remember this area. Somewhat between the iron deposit that I've marked and the base. There's a cow over here. We need a female one back at base. Sorry. We actually need a male bull. And this is him. Fair distance, but once we get some of this iron, it should be fairly trivial to bring him back. It's just down over there. Just checking along, just in case there's something that happens to be there. On the other side. Here's the first nugget. Large. Very large. Here is where it changes from slate to something else. andesite. I'm going to guess around here. And there we are. It is medium quality. That's fairly decent. And it looks like there's quite a lot of it here too. We found an agate gem. Another light source item. Something to put up around the base again. Looking like we've got a fairly large deposit of iron here. Oh, fairly large deposit here. With how quickly I found this, you'd almost think that I ended up finding this somehow before even recording, but no, I didn't know. Changes to slate. seems like this vein may end when we get to the slate. Or it's possible that there's another one in the slate that might be of a different quality. I also knew that was going to happen. Oops. Still seems to be quite a lot around. And it goes down. I've definitely got plenty of iron, which should be enough all up to make an anvil and some tools. Oh yes, definitely more than enough to make an iron anvil. About 24 pieces of the iron can be processed in one go with the bloomery at the moment, and with the medium quality I should get approximately 7 ingots worth, give or take, maybe 6. I think it's actually 6. We need about 17 of the ingots to be able to make the anvil. They'll need to be processed on the bismuth bronze anvil, and welded together to be able to make the anvil of iron. Gravel, scary. Still seems to be quite a large amount still. Perhaps over this way? Only a large sample left. Seems like it goes further deeper. Or it's over here. Only a large sample left. I think we can say we've been fairly successful here and can leave. If I can find a suitable way of exiting this. And we have. Let's make our way back. I'm quite surprised to have found that iron. Almost exactly where it was. Being somewhat more surface-based, it was a little easier to find. Easier to find because it's closer to the surface, and I didn't have to do a lot of guesswork really. I found the edges essentially of where it was starting. I found the edges of it with the prospector's pick. So what other ones we can go for next time? So it seems I haven't marked very many. Might have to go for some more exploration. There was that gold that was in the surface of a cliff or a hill, and that should be fairly easy to get to. I just believe it's very far north. We run along the coast on the west side of the island. Eventually we'll find the native copper that we mined out last time. And further up north from there should be some of that gold. Tetrahedrite, some iron. Must be deeper. Yeah, the iron must be much deeper. Oh, it's rather close to to our base. Interesting that I didn't happen to come by this at all. It's flowing towards the ocean. So the path we left along was on the other side of this river, but a bit further north. I believe if I had have come along this way originally before I got the prospector's pick, I probably would have found that iron. Might have to put a ladder on this side of the chimney. That'll get us up. What do I do with the flint? This chest. So now we're ready to process this iron. Our bloomery has some charcoal in it, which is the first step. The next step would be to get some more charcoal, because you need a lot of it. And I have stored our charcoal in... I'm not sure where we stored our charcoal. In the forge itself, that's where. So, we'll process our charcoal, our hematite, by first throwing in a stack of iron. And watch as it fills up. And we'll throw in an equal amount of charcoal after it. And it fills up more. And we can process another 8 pieces of iron. And we do the same thing, throwing an equal amount of charcoal in after the iron. This is the total amount of iron you can process in one go. And now that it's filled up, we close the bloomery and get our fire star, which is in the top chest again, and light it. And it has a 10-hour countdown to process the iron. So we'll just put aside our iron for now and come back to that when that's done. It doesn't matter whether you leave it for the entire time or not, because it'll process, and no matter when it finishes, it will still be cold when it comes out. I may have shown this in part of a stream before, but the mud bricks are now dry. We just need to pick them up and combine them in a grid of 4, and we have our mud bricks. I was thinking that these would be good for a pathing block throughout the base. Laying out the prospector's pick for now. I may relocate. No, I think I might keep them there. Might relocate them. We'll see how things go. The animals need to move at some point. Temporary little barn area. It's going to take a lot and a lot of dirt. May need to draw that horse into the barn area. Shift clicking food. That was easier than I expected. I have to find a mountain to level. Or some of these rolling hills on the outside. Perhaps this little mound will be part. I like how the ceiling is somewhat dark at night. Could consider doing some glass. That'll take some time. Might do some glass though. The plumery is now done. You can tell by the now non-lit front, and the inside now has a raw iron loom, about 600 units. And that's the first step. We'll need to process this in one way or another. Well, one way is the only way, really. We'll get some more of that going, because we'll need to. So we put 8 charcoal inside the bloomery. Then we climb up on the roof. Through the stack of iron, then the charcoal, then more iron and more charcoal, and we light it again. We can light it with the bloomery door open and it'll still work. It'll still do everything it needs to do, but I like to have it shut. The chicken is providing us plenty of eggs. Seems like she's only really using the one nest. She has a favourite nest, I suppose. A few things done over here. While we're here, we may as well just check our things. Agriculture is now adept and it's close to being filled. There's no notification when something levels up at all, we just happen to have the bonuses in the end. And that has brought us a little bit closer. Looks like it'll take a few more plants. Sugarcane's done at least. And we're sneaking closer. Still can't tell the difference between the seeds yet, so we'll just put them all together. Let's see what we can combine here. Tomatoes, red bell peppers, squash, onions, and tomatoes. Oh, they're all done. Soybeans, or protein. And the sugar was down further. We now have a full stack, so it's worth processing that. We'll give that some time. Looks like our jute's ready. And the jute reminds me that we had some other things processing. Just use that barrel. We'll have to go and use a different barrel. Which is fine, we can actually take the sugar out, put that in one of the other barrels up here. We'll need a knife to deal with this leather. Seal the duty on the other barrels there. And we'll scrape this hide. And put it in this barrel down here, because we have the tannin right next to it. We're running low on the wheat grain. Yes, it's wheat. I don't seem to have any more available at the moment, except for what's planted. It might take some time before it's done, but let's collect it now. We'll leave the the farm to recover some of its nutrients for a few days. Should have enough wheat to feed the horse for a while. Let's go chop down some trees. As oak is around quite excessively, we won't really need to plant any inside our base. Sure, it perhaps means that we won't have any to cut down during the night, but there are other trees that we have around that we can cut down. But there are so many oak trees around, and they will repopulate on their own. It's worth cutting them down so we have the extra space in our extra space to expand if we want to, and I want to. We should be able to get enough to start a new charcoal pit. A charcoal pit they're going to get. Well, we need a lot of charcoal. You may see me throwing away the bamboo, and that's because there's so much that I can collect at any time from the fence or the wall around the base. It will grow really quickly. In fact, so quickly that by the time I've gone around the entire base, I should have more grown from where I started. And we don't really need more than a couple stacks at a time if we're going to expand it all. Ends up being unnecessary chest space used by the bamboo. The other benefit of clearing out the trees is that we can level some of the land as well, if we so choose to. This mountain over here seems to be covered in clay, so that'll be interesting. We need some dirt, so we'll probably have to go on the west side of the base. Clear some of that out instead. Not sure entirely about how the trees repopulate themselves, where they choose to plant new saplings on their own. It could be it needs the trees themselves, or it could be just the biome has the set tag for that tree and those trees and those biomes. Since we're mostly oak here, the oak trees should be dropping saplings on their own. It could be limited to the density of the trees already as well, so if there's a certain number of trees in that area, it won't plant more saplings on its own. Or grow, grow, they just appear. And that's done for now. Two blooms so far. Let's get the next lot going. And there we are, and we'll light this, and once this one's done, we'll have enough to start the anvil, and even some extra things afterwards. To make a trip out and get some more kapok wood. can't think of a good way to make this look good. There's no way of angling the planks at all. In one way or another, it'll have to be essentially a solid block. I could chisel out some steps, but that would take a fair bit of chisel durability. The other issue is that the wood doesn't seem to line up at all. And even if I had done the wood in the opposite direction, or the adjacent direction, so that it's this way for the plank lines, it would still not line up properly with the full blocks. So I might consider a stone block for the stairs. Might be a little bit weird or strange if I do that, but it'd be better than nothing. I can step up with no problem as it is, but some sort of ramp would be nice. Been thinking about this for a while now, and I can only think that a chiseled block would be the best. Basalt, perhaps? I do like the colour of the basalt. We have a spare chisel? Just one? No, I'll have to make one after the balloon's done. Might seem strange to have it wrapped around this side, but I do come up along here fairly often. The chicken's fully familiarized, at least to the point where the heart's golden. The horse will be some time. While we're waiting, we might as well go get that other horse. I had to think for a second there to decide whether that was a good idea or not. Until sun-up, it's not. Three hits to kill one of these skeletons. 4, okay, 4. That warhammer is definitely worth it. Hey, a leather tunic. You can repair a current leather tunic with that. No, won't risk more damage at the moment. I think there are a few things I wanted to make some more copper for. Off the top of my head right now, I don't exactly remember. The iron should just be over in that small area. Some native gold. I wanted to get some gold at some point. We'll have to go around the river. Seems horses are a little easier to pull along rather than compared to the cows. So this is a nice flat area. Swamp with trees, but nice and flat. Perhaps having such a flat area might make it easy to bring the cow back as well. Where did that rope go? boom should be done. We'll leave the cow so that we have an actual use for the buckle when I deal with that. We'll get to smithing now. We'll get it lit, wait for it to warm up a bit. If I remember correctly, we have some leather that's just about processed. We can throw that into the next barrel. They each give 3 leather. I thought they were large. That gave 5. Oh well. Well, no, we won't go and undo that. Sugar's done, jute's done. Jute fibers we kept in this one? This one. We should have enough time to throw the sugar into the cellar. Ended up with 16 ounces, so 1/10 of the weight. 26. We'll want to get these up to close to melting. I'm not sure if this forge can melt the iron blooms into the ceramic molds at all, or whether they're just outright lost. I really don't know. My personal experience with melting things, I don't think a forge like this can get hot enough. So first we refine this. It's a fairly simple process. We bring it above the red line and hammer it down. We can then split it, which requires us to use a punch by the end. Hit, punch, punch. And then we refine it once again, which is similar to the original first step. Hit, 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 hit. Ooh, okay. Hit, hit, light hit. As we go, we want to weld these together. Oh dear, these aren't hot enough. Well, we'll keep processing these other blooms and heat them up again if we need to. Seems on this particular anvil happens to have changed the smithing just a little bit, the steps for each part. I believe because it's a lower tier anvil. The bar seems to be much higher than I'm used to. It could be that I'm used to the wrought iron anvil. Oh dear. Well, we'll just need to heat these up again and we'll fuse them together. The bellows will meant to increase this bar on the left when placed nearby this forge. The higher the bar, the faster it should be for these iron ingots to heat up. I'll wait for these to get to yellow white. Four of the 7 double ingots we need. only need 3 more. And we're done. We just need to make the Iron Anvil by combining all these in the crafting grid in the shape of what you would think an anvil. We'll put the old one over there next to the other one, and we'll get a start on making ourselves a new hammer for this one. One should last much longer than what we have. So we need to finish with punch and shrink. And there we are, done. We'll put this over here on the bismuth bronze one. We get to heating these up, and we'll also start on a new pickaxe, I think. Although we need a buckle, we have enough there to make something, make it out of. Punch, bend, draw. It's the other way around. Draw, bend, punch. Draw, bend, punch. Ooh, we were so close. Ah, there we are. More steps than I was hoping, but we got it. I said we wanted a buckle, yes. hit bend. And for this one we'll make... I said we needed a chisel, so we'll do that. And the forge is gone out as we have no more iron to deal with. But we have our iron buckle, which we can use to make an upgraded tucker bag and bring back animals. I first need to repair this tucker bag here with some burlap and some jute fibre. That should be fairly easy. We had some jute, which we just need to put in the loom, which I have put... I've put it down here, haven't I? I believe we also need a knife just to help, and just as the crafting recipe says, hey, it's more than just combining. Oh, okay, we don't need that, we just need the knife with the upgrading, and perhaps the fixing of the upgraded. So we have the leather, we have the bag, buckle, and the knife. And we are ready to pick up a cow. Oh, good. Our barrel should fill up. No, I won't need to make a hammer. We'll use one of those ones, and we'll try to chisel out some of these. Might even try using some of the blueprints to shortcut it. And the blueprints will require some paper, which will plug this around our little... make it a little easier to... Little farm area is getting a little crowded as it is. We have 2 female cows there. The extra cows make it so we get a little extra milk, I suppose. although we're not in really any superb need for milk at the moment. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to drink some of the milk and raise our dairy bar. Though it shouldn't be too long before one of the other trees ends up being grown enough and in the right season to produce some fruit. Although we also do have... No, we need the other fruit to be able to make the vinegar, which is used to make the curdled milk and cheese. Cows are over that way. This horse over here. I might just kill this one to get the extra leather. Remember it was over this way? Maybe? That's right, yeah, it was over by the water. Around the mountain, and is this the guy? It is. With the tugger bag in hand, we left click on him to pick him up, stash him in the bag, and then we put the bag on our back so we can actually move. A full tucker bag causes you to not be able to move. You are overburdened while carrying a full tucker bag. Looks like there's another cow over here. Is she a bull? She's a bull. It's a very strange river path. Another male cow. Turns out to be closer. So this is where the river starts. Around here. Interesting. It goes around, loops around back to the river, to the ocean. It's another source area. Some more iron here, just west of our base. Picked a nice place to start my base. There's iron right nearby, bismuth, sphalerite, and I'm pretty sure there's some copper tetrahedrite over down that way. Just never found it. We have a spare buckle, which we probably won't ever need. Repair the bag. Doesn't require a buckle. Didn't get any more iron going. I'll have to do something about that. Let's have a go at chiseling away some of this. Might try some too wide steps, too high. When it comes to this chiseling, you initially need to make the block marked as a chiseled item. Certain blocks cannot be chiseled. And then with the correct mode, you choose how you wish to chisel away the pieces, whether it be pixel by pixel, or in quarters, face. The faces are 1 block pixel wide, much like this current chisel mode, which is 1 by 1. So I'm not sure if I like those stairs. That doesn't look so great either. think that looks better. Hello, Aziu. Azuio? Is that better? Where did I put them? Ah dear, what was the rotation wise? Ah, no, I messed up. Let's see if we can work this out. Well, that wasn't it either. Oh, we got the rotation right. Let's just make a couple copper ones instead. Get some more clay, and we'll make some. Loom's done. Just quickly get some more wood and we'll start some more charcoal. We could do with a few more of the clay bricks, the clay mud bricks. And I managed to get some extra andesite before, andesite dirt. So I'll make some more bricks and get them placed down and hopefully have enough blueprints to... We'll have to make a couple more blueprints because we used a few there. That should be 6 stacks, that's enough wood for now. This should be done any minute now. No, we're short, just by a little. One more tree. We have a spare clay mold somewhere? Perhaps not. Looks like our sandwiches are going to end up having lemons. What a sour sandwich it's going to be. That's better. Against the wall. Ah yes, the charcoal pit. The maze is about ready by the looks of it. Oh, you've leveled up. Our agriculture is now expert, so now each of the seeds have their respective nutrient requirement. In the places we grow something like maize, we could end up placing something down like jute, or sugarcane, onions, red bell peppers, but we can't place tomatoes or oats or wheats or grains by the looks of it. I forget exactly how long it takes for the clay bricks to dry out. That might be alright. Oh yes, I didn't want to do that for this one. The front wall will start along this here and probably come along here. This back room or front side room will be these 3 by 2 with this other border as well. Tempted to probably cut it back. No, I might just border it around that. Although it might be a bit strange to keep the ramp up this side. I'll play it by ear. Or side. The vet will end up moving, I'm sure. That's the horses familiarized. Let's make some wire with this copper. Wow, 10 copper from that. Bottles of sulfuric acid. We'll have to melt some sand into glass to do that. I'll have that for later. I'm thinking this is about a good time to stop. I'll come back when the clay bricks are dry and I have a better idea of how I'll start the walls for this house. So if you've come by tonight, thank you very much, and if you come by later for reviewing on YouTube, thank you as well, and I'll see you next time.